This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
The time right now is 4:27 here on your Wednesday morning. We want to thank you for starting your day with us early here on RTV6 and Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
I'm Rafael Sanchez in for Meredith Barrick. It is the middle of the week. What happened?
Yeah, we're at the hump.
We're at the hump. We have a number of stories that are breaking this morning, including new details emerging about a state lawmaker who's now also an Indy firefighter, accused of impersonating a public servant. Our bartender speaks to RTV6 about what Dan Forrestal was looking for before his arrest. Our Call 6 Investigates team was able to uncover details about what Forrestal told officers when he was pulled over for driving while intoxicated. We'll hear from that bartender coming up in the next few moments.
Well, we do want to bring in our own Alyssa Donovan right now and talk about today's forecast. We were saying, Alyssa, it's so nice outside, and last night I took Archie for a walk in the stroller, and there's a nice breeze.
Yes.
It was really nice.
A big change from what we were at yesterday morning. So we're going to stay a little bit humid this morning, but that is going to drop off as we head through the day, and we're also going to see partly cloudy skies, small chance of a stray shower, maybe a thunderstorm in there as we head into the afternoon. But besides that, we are going to start calming down when it comes to weather. Temperatures starting in the 60s this morning, also starting with some patchy fog out there this morning, so just be aware of that as you're heading out. We are seeing that visibility drop down in many areas that saw some heavier rainfall yesterday. Highs today will be into the mid-80s, and then we're actually going to continue dropping down. It's going to be a cooler day tomorrow and a more comfortable day for your Thursday. Temperatures dropping into the low 80s.
Bye-bye to the muggies.
Yes,
right?
goodbye to the muggies.
All right,
yes.
Alyssa, thank you so much.
All right, Alyssa. Well, this is something we were talking about in the news yesterday, and a lot of people are talking about this right now. Whenever you hear Andrew Luck and the word injury kind of in the same sentence or the same time, you get a little worried when you're a Colts fan. And we are learning a little bit more about the injury that Luck is dealing with right now. Now, it's not as serious as what Colts owner Jim Irsay made it seem like in a radio interview, but obviously something that's very concerning to fans. Will he make it out on the field for the beginning of the season? We don't know. We have a preseason game this Saturday. He's not going to be playing in that one. So, yeah, a lot of people wondering what's going on with Andrew Luck.
And, of course, we continue our Hiring Hoosiers focus on classroom to career. You know, agriculture, a big, big business in Indiana. Many jobs are dependent on farming, so we take a look at what's being done to prepare the next generation of people who will feed us and the world. That is one of the many Hiring Hoosier stories coming up this morning on Good Morning Indiana. Of course, we have all of your news and traffic coming up right now as Good Morning Indiana begins on this great Wednesday morning.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
I think it's disgusting. I think it's scary that, you know, he's out in neighborhoods using a badge to impersonate someone that he's not.
A state representative arrested for impersonating a public servant. Just ahead this morning, we're breaking down the moments leading up to his arrest. Plus,
our kids are more important than the school board, and when it comes to their safety, they better start paying attention.
This morning, parents, they sound off at a Hendricks County board meeting following a Call 6 investigation. The reason they say more needs to be done to protect students.
It is 4:30 here on our Wednesday morning. We want to thank you for starting your day with us here on RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
I'm Rafael Sanchez. What a nice, fancy shot. Meredith Barrick filling in for her. She's back tomorrow. So if you're tired of ugly, the beauty is back tomorrow.
No. It's been so fun having you.
Listen, I get it. I get it. I wear a lot more makeup than Meredith does just to hide all this. But that's a different thing. The weather forecast also looking beautiful today.
Yes,
so yes.
So we're going to see some changes today. We could see a stray shower, maybe a spot thunderstorm later today. But for the most part, we're all just going to see some partly cloudy conditions throughout the day. That humidity will drop off as we head through the day as well. So that's the good news. As you walk outside, you'll notice it's still a little bit muggy out there. Temperatures in the 60s across the area this morning. 69 degrees in Indianapolis right now, 67 in Peru, 71 right now in Terre Haute. We're also seeing some patchy fog as well this morning. We're down to 6 miles of visibility right now in Indianapolis, down to just a mile of visibility in Muncie. A lot of that fog has developed in areas that saw some of that heavier rainfall yesterday. So if you are one of those areas, just be aware you might encounter some of that patchy fog as you head out this morning. That will be dissipating as we head into the mid-morning hours. So we had that cold front move through yesterday. We're going to be left with partly cloudy skies today. We could see a stray shower, possibly a thunderstorm pop up as we head into the afternoon. There's just a little bit of potential for convection yet today. Temperatures are climbing into the mid-80s, and then we are going to continue cooling down tomorrow. We'll be into the lower 80s. It's going to be a drier day. That humidity will continue to drop as well. Tomorrow we'll see a little bit more sunshine, and then we do have some chances of showers and thunderstorms as we head into the weekend. I'll have those details in just a few minutes.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We'll take a look at this. An overnight crash causing some problems on the city's southeast side. State police say that a woman driving on southbound I-465 just a little north of Brookville Road got an accident. Police say that the woman hit the semi between a cab and the trailer. She was taken to the hospital. Police say the truck driver was uninsured. The crash has since been cleared. We do want to take a look right now at your traffic as you're heading out the door at this hour. This is I-74, State Road 267 to our west. Traffic in this area looks to be moving along up to speed. No problems for your morning drive. So let's travel to the opposite side of town, the east side, I-70, a little west of Cumberland Road. You can see traffic here is pretty quiet this morning. Of course, we'll be keeping you updated on any other crashes or delays for your morning commute. Stay tuned. We'll have that coming up.
Lauren, thank you so much. The time now is 4:33, and parents making their voices heard after a family speaks publicly to RTV6, accusing a Hendricks County football coach of sexual misconduct.
Our kids are more important than the school board, and when it comes to their safety, they better start paying attention, because we got a lot of upset parents that will not stand for no action.
At that Tri-West school board meeting, parents, students, and other concerned members of the community asked about the status of Tyler Bruce. Call 6 Investigates first reported last week he is on paid leave pending the outcome of a criminal investigation regarding the allegations made by a 17-year-old student. Many people questioning the way the district is handling this case.
Unfortunately, our school system does not have the proper protocols that we need. There's also comments of this happens to every single school system. Well, let's be proactive and make sure it doesn't happen anymore in our school system.
I just want them to investigate it more and, really get down to the dirt on it and just, get all the facts, all the evidence, and do the thing that's right.
The family of the student who spoke to RTV6 is filing a tort claim against the school corporation, saying that Bruce intimidated and threatened the teen when she tried to end the alleged sexual activity. Bruce denies the accusations.
It is 4:34. We're learning more this morning about an arrest of a state representative, Dan Forstall. Authorities say that he allegedly tried to use his position of power and firefighter's badge to threaten police officers and at least 2 unknown civilians. Now, a local bartender tells RTV6 before he was stopped by police, Forstall was in her bar looking for cocaine. The 36-year-old Democrat was elected to the Indiana House back in 2012 and also works as a private for IFD. The bartender, who didn't want her face shown, told RTV6 then told police and RTV6 rather that Forstall flashed his state rep ID and his IFD badge, asking customers for party favors.
When he came in, asked him what he needed. He didn't want to order a drink. He was just looking to purchase drugs, cocaine.
When police eventually caught up to Forstall, they say he threatened to have the officers fired, and he identified himself as a state rep, a firefighter, and the nephew of Marion County Sheriff Kerry Forstall. Representative Forstall is facing preliminary charges of impersonating a public servant, resisting law enforcement, and operating a vehicle while intoxicated.
New this morning, residents in Madison in southern Indiana, in the community there, are shocked to learn that authorities are accusing one of their neighbors in a disturbing child abuse case. Police say the man nearly ended the life of his 18-month-old stepson. Evidence includes bite marks, bruises, and even hair ripped from the child's scalp. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says that Christopher Keller became a suspect when the child's mom alerted them of the toddler's many injuries. A few days later, Keller's ex-wife and mother of his own child found hours of video showing the man beating, kicking, throwing, and smothering the young boy inside the home.
I hope he gets life in prison. It's an innocent 18-month-old baby who cannot defend himself. This should not have happened. He deserved life in prison.
Keller is being held in jail on a $4 million bond. Police say the young boy is slowly recovering from his injuries.
At 4:36, police say that the man accused of shooting up a veterans hospital in Chicago is from Indianapolis. FBI investigators say 40-year-old Bernard Harvey Jr. opened up fire inside of and outside of a hospital on Monday afternoon. Officers spotted him in a clinic area and ordered him to drop his rifle, which he did. Amazingly, no one was hurt. Authorities say Harvey is not a military veteran. He has several previous felony convictions, including gun offenses, and he was not legally allowed to have a gun. We're also learning the gun that he stole was one of more than 30 stolen from a store down in New Whiteland last month. At this hour, investigators are trying to figure out how Harvey wound up with that stolen gun.
This morning, a ransomware attack. It continues to cause problems for a western Indiana county. Crooks, they took hold of Vigo County computers about 3 weeks ago, and now county leaders are bringing in a New York law firm to help them out. Experts will look at county computer and address future protection plans. County leaders also just approved plans to renew a cyber insurance policy.
Well, the Colts releasing more information on Andrew Luck's injury, sparked by comments made by Colts owner Jim Irsay. Colts general manager Chris Ballard says that the team has ruled out a bone issue, which Colts owner had alluded to in a national radio interview last night. Instead, the focus is the front of his left ankle, which was likely irritated after the lower calf issue back in March. The big question is, will it impact him being ready for the season opener?
Andrew's he's pretty special as a player. All players need reps, and he knows that. And he knows he needs to get out there and get his reps. So we'll play that, kind of day by day, and we got 3.5 weeks, and we'll tell you when we think it's gonna, when the shift's gonna happen, if that happens. Look, I don't. This is not 2017.
2017 is a reference to the year that Andrew missed the entire season.
We hope that Andrew gets well soon and that he makes it out of the field.
Yes.
RTV6 is hiring Hoosiers. As you know, our initiative connecting you to jobs, training, resources, as well as education. If you're looking for part-time work, well, you'll want to head down to Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Not right now, in a couple of hours. Okay, pace yourself, right? Pacer Sports and Entertainment will host a job fair from 4 p.m. until 7 tonight. You can apply and meet with supervisors on site. Now, positions that are available include box office, team store, production crew, public safety department, and lots of other areas to fill there tonight. Again, from 4 to 7. Gives you plenty of time, right, Lauren? You're the traffic expert. Don't rush down there right now.
Oh, yes. And those sound like some pretty fun positions.
Good positions indeed.
All right. An Ohio teen is in jail for threats against federal authorities. Straight ahead, the staggering amount of ammunition police found in that teen's home.
Plus, new tariffs on Chinese goods will not start in September, as first announced after the break, when the tariffs will take effect, and the reason for this delay. Alyssa?
And we are going to see a little bit more sunshine today, a small chance of a stray shower or spot storm this afternoon. Temperatures in the 80s. Then we are drying out briefly before some showers and storms move back into the forecast for the weekend. I'll break down all the details coming up.
Financing for 60 months on select 2019 Atlas models.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 4:43 on your Wednesday, and we're monitoring some ramp work here on I-69 at 116th Street. This is in Fishers. We do have the exit blocked on northbound lanes going to 116th Street for some construction at this hour. That should wrap up by 6 a.m. Of course, we'll keep you updated.
The time now is 4:43, and a friend of the Dayton mass shooter, he appears in court for the first time this afternoon to face charges of lying on those federal firearm forms. Prosecutors say that 24-year-old Ethan Colley bought the body armor, 100-round magazine, and a gun accessory used to kill 9 people. They say there's no evidence that Colley knew what his friend was planning. Also today, a Stockholm court is scheduled to hand down a verdict in the ASAP Rocky's assault trial. The rapper and 2 other American suspects were released from custody earlier this month following a 3-day trial for a June 30th fight in Sweden. The prosecutor said he's seeking a 6-month sentence. Rocky maintains that he acted in self-defense.
At 4:44, an Ohio teen charged with threats against federal authorities had more than 24 guns and 1,000 rounds of ammo. Federal authorities charged 18-year-old Justin Olson of Boardman, Ohio, with threatening to assault a federal law enforcement officer in an online post. When authorities served a search warrant on his home, they found more than 10,000 rounds of ammunition and 25 guns, including an AR-15. Olson remains in custody pending a detention hearing on Friday.
The trade war with China taking another turn as the U.S. says it will delay tariffs on certain goods like cell phones and toys. White House officials say planned tariffs on $300 billion worth of Chinese consumer goods scheduled to start in September 1st now will likely begin December the 15th. Unlike last year's tariffs on mostly industrial materials, this round was supposed to target consumer products. Chinese officials say negotiations between the U.S. and China will start up within 2 weeks. The time now is 4:45. Alyssa is standing by with some weather headlines, and I believe, not to steal your thunder, nice. No humidity.
That is in the forecast, Rafael. We're going to see that humidity drop off throughout the day today, and a lot of us are going to see a dry day, but we do have the potential of a stray shower or storm. Rafael's clapping right now, so he likes that. That's good news. A possibility of a stray storm or shower this afternoon in some areas. That doesn't mean it's going to be at your house. That's going to be just very isolated in nature. And then we are going to dry out for tomorrow. That's when we really start to see that humidity drop off, but then we do have some storms possible as we head into the weekend with much warmer temperatures. Right now, we're starting a little foggy this morning in many areas. Temperatures in the 60s. That humidity is still in the forecast this morning, so it's going to be a little bit muggy as you step outside. That humidity at 96%. Those dew points at that uncomfortable range at 68 right now. Winds are light out of the northwest, about 6 miles per hour. So here's a look at our visibility right now. You can see we're down to just a quarter mile of visibility in Muncie this morning, and then we are down to 6 miles of visibility here in Indianapolis, just 1.25 miles in Lafayette. So that fog is really developing in areas that saw some of those heavier rainfall totals yesterday. So if that was you, just be aware you might walk outside and see some of those issues this morning. You might want to give yourself a little bit of extra time as you head out. Partly cloudy skies this morning. As we head through the day, we had that cold front move out yesterday. That's going to continue to drop off our temperatures. So we're staying in the mid-80s today, and then we are actually going to really drop off a little bit more tomorrow as high pressure is back in the forecast. That's going to bring us a little bit of clearing when it comes to cloud coverage, and also take our temperatures down and our dew points down, which means it won't be as muggy tomorrow. But we are still going to see a wave move through this afternoon besides that, which will bring us just a small chance of that stray shower, maybe a thunderstorm in there as well. So starting this morning in the 60s and low 70s, a little bit humid and muggy outside. We'll see that humidity drop off a little bit as we head through the day, and then we are going to see it really drop off as we head through the day tomorrow. By the noon hour, hitting the 80s at many locations, still hovering in the upper 70s to the north. We'll see those clouds increase ahead of that wave, and then we will see that potential for that convection spike up as we head into the afternoon. Right around 4:30, you can see that's when we're starting to see a lot of that bulk come through. Really, this is going to be isolated in nature, just the possibility of a stray shower, maybe a pop-up thunderstorm, and then it will be out very quickly, and then we'll see things dry out overnight. And then for your tomorrow, we are going to see some calmer conditions. Looking ahead to the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it is warming up. We are back into the upper 80s, possibly hitting 90 on Sunday. We're also going to see those heat index values rise as well. Small chance of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast both days. So just be aware of that as you are making your weekend plans. Today, spot shower or stray storm possible this afternoon. Besides that, partly cloudy skies, a little humid to start, temperatures in the mid-80s. So that's right where we should be. Tomorrow's going to be a little cooler with those temperatures dropping into the low 80s, and a cooler start as well tomorrow morning in the low 60s. And then we're going to see partly sunny skies for your Thursday. Friday, small chance of a stray shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, mostly cloudy, and then we have a better chance of those showers and storms for the weekend with those temperatures climbing back into the 90s.
Alyssa, thank you. Let's take a live look right now at traffic up here in Fishers. Good morning to you. This is I-69 at 116th Street. Off in the distance, you see some flashing lights. We do have construction in this area. You'll need to avoid the northbound I-69 ramp to 116th Street, that exit there. That's because crews are working on the ramp, so that'll be closed until 6 a.m. And of course, we'll keep you updated. Let's take a look at it on our map right now. You can see this is the area where they're working, so we'll keep you updated on that project. Also a reminder, we still have this closure through the 24th, eastbound, northbound I-465 between I-65 and I-70 on the southeast and east side of town. We'll keep you updated on that. Expect a few delays on the detour route as we get into the rush hour. But right now, let's take a live look at I-70 and West Street heading into the downtown area. Some headlights out that way, but traffic is moving along up to speed. Great news for your early morning commute.
The Cleveland Browns are waking up in the Circle City this morning. Good morning to you. We welcome you. We don't want you to win, but it's good to have you in Indy. The team, including Baker Mayfield, arriving in Indianapolis yesterday afternoon. The Browns will work out with the Colts today and tomorrow up at Grand Park in Westfield. Gates will open at 2:30 this afternoon with practices. They're scheduled to start at 4 o'clock today. Now be sure to join Sports Director Dave First and Brad Brown live from Colts Camp Live on the news at 5 and 6 with Amanda and Mark.
Well, a U.S. tennis sensation who dreams big will have a shot at fulfilling one of her dreams. 15-year-old Coco Gauff will compete in the U.S. Open later this month after organizers gave her a wild card entry. Well, she became an overnight sensation after reaching the 4th round of Wimbledon this year. Gauff beat Venus Williams along the way and only lost to this year's champion. Gauff said that she still has some work to do in order to win the U.S. Open.
You go, Coco.
Oh, yeah.
We are Coco fans. Wish her all the very best. An Alabama boy is doing something a little different for his birthday celebration. After the break, how he hopes his actions will impact you as well.
Plus, the Bloomington Farmers Market will reopen following a 2-week hiatus. Coming up all new at 5 o'clock, the changes the market goers can expect to see this coming weekend. But first,
I'm Vinny Politan. We are live in West Virginia today on Court TV for West Virginia versus Vandergrift. Morgan Vandergrift was driving his Chevy Cavalier through a subdivision at a high rate of speed. In that subdivision, 2 school buses letting off children. One of the residents tries to stop Vandergrift from going so quickly, waving at him from the bottom of a driveway. Well, Vandergrift's car swerves and strikes John Maynard and kills him. So now Vandergrift is facing first-degree murder charges. The defense says it's an accident. We are live in West Virginia today.
Vinny, thank you so much. You can get caught up on the biggest court cases from across the country anytime on CourtTV.com. You're watching Good Morning Indiana. The time now, 4:51.
Weather campers, RTV6 is working for you.
The time now is 4:55. Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. And some kids made a super cool discovery during their family reunion in Holmes County, Ohio last month. That's just east of Columbus. The children were playing in a creek near an inn when one of them found a fossil of a mastodon tooth. What? The mastodon is a distant relative of the elephant. The owner of the inn sent pictures to experts from Ohio colleges, and they say, yes, that is someone's tooth. Well, a mastodon's tooth. Experts say the tooth has to be at least 10,000 years old. That is, wow.
That's huge.
I could use it for a steak.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness. Well, for most kids, a birthday means presents, cake, maybe even a birthday party. But Nathaniel Cade isn't like most kids. For his 9th birthday, he wanted to do something a little bit different, using what he had been given to give back. Nathaniel used some of his birthday money to buy water for the homeless, and he passed it out around Birmingham. He says helping others makes him happy. So sweet. What a great little boy.
And he makes us happy because, again, another sign that there are good people doing good things every day. Whether in Alabama or in Indiana, there's just a lot of good people in our communities.
Yeah,
so,
a little good news on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
You can take that.
The other good news is the beautiful weather we're having after some storms yesterday. It was muggy and kind of gross. Then Alyssa shows up and it's all good.
I'm bringing the good weather.
Bringing the sunshine.
That's what I do, I guess. So we are going to see a little bit of humidity yet today, maybe a stray shower. Maybe a stray thunderstorm this afternoon. If we do see that, it will be hit and miss, isolated in nature today. 85 for the high, and then tomorrow's going to be a bit nicer. That humidity's dropping off a little bit as well. 82 for your high on Thursday. Mostly cloudy on Friday. Maybe a stray shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening, and then we have a better chance of some showers and storms for the weekend. Temperatures climbing back close to 90 degrees on Sunday.